Hello, everybody, and welcome to Table Takes. It's a brand new season. We got brand new graphics. Look at how shiny it is. Wow. Can everybody just take a moment to be like, ooh. And we also got custom colors now. Custom colors. Look at it.
Yes.
Got that
So,
fresh.
how have you all been? How is everybody doing? But yes, welcome to Table Takes, everybody. I am your host, Bonsai. I am joined along with my other host, Javion, Peter, and Noir. Say hello, everybody. It is very nice to see you guys, and welcome to a brand new season. Javion, how are you feeling about this brand new season we're having?
I'm very excited. I know that we have lots of great things in store. Marcus and Peter and Steven have all been working very, very hard, not to mention many other folks who have put together lots of stuff for us. So I'm very excited.
Ooh, very new hype. And what have you been up to lately? Because it's been a hot minute since I've seen your beautiful face.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Bonsai. I just got a couple of new games in the mail. I'm super excited to show y'all. So this one's called Tesseract. It's awesome. I haven't played it yet, but I know it's probably going to be my new favorite game. And can you probably guess why? You notice what that is? You know what that is?
Because
Dice.
it has boxes, boxes, and boxes.
Yes. So you use tons of metal dice to make a big metal cube of dice, and then you take it apart, and then you have to like. I think you're putting together some sort of multi-dimensional cure to some strange anomaly. So that's cool. That's cool. I really like that. And also, I also got. Uh, uh, mm, I got ice in the mail. It's another crowdfunder that I spent a lot of money on a long time ago. And now I've got lots of metal stuff inside it too. You already know what it is, Bonsai, but for folks who maybe haven't seen it before, you're chipping away at ice. You got hex tiles and you pick them up, and there's more tiles underneath. They're artifacts. You take those, you get better artifacts, and you're like chipping away trying to get all the cool stuff underneath. It's awesome.
It's very, very cool. And thank you for the show and tell. I'm very excited for you and your dice and your chipping away at stuff. Noir, what have you been up to? How have you been? Been a
Oh well,
while.
right now I'm enjoying the new stream smell. Well,
Mm.
we got a lot of newness here, and I'm very excited about it. Other than that, just life things. Other but it's been pretty chill. Very excited to get back. And the only show and tell I have is for a headline that comes later today, but I'm very excited
Ooh.
about it.
Sneak peek. I can't wait to hear more about the secret hidden box and what article you could be talking about later on. What about you, Peter? How have you been? It's been like a
I
whole
have
24 hours or so.
I know I have been great, and thank you for the plug about the new show. But I did not work hard on this. This was all Marcus and Steve worked hard on this, and I want to congratulate both of them. Steve for, as you always do, providing us great visual assets and animation bits for this show. But Marcus, especially you had the vision for what you wanted this to be, and you went out and did it, and got Steve to help you, and way to go. So God King Marcus, our producer, has done a great job on this. For me personally, I've been doing lots of streaming. This week I'm on 3 shows with Table Takes and Actor Roki and Peter versus the Machine. So I'm like, did I sign up for too many shows? Anyway, so I'm like, gotta keep up, gotta keep streaming. So yeah, I'm doing good though. It's fun.
Oh, we're gonna make now. Peter's just gonna be the new streamer. It's gonna be a Twitch partner all over. It's gonna be the new hype.
How about you, Bonsai? How have you been?
I've been very good. We had at least now I'm not gonna lie, had a bit of trouble the week, like basically the week last week and the beginning of this week, but it's finally calmed down. Everything is in order. All the chickens are in a row. I think that's what is it, ducks or chickens? Whatever the animal is, it's in a row. and it's going swimmingly. And I also want to take a moment again, like I know you've all said it, big applause for the new graphics and all the production for this new season. I'm very, very hyped. So hyped that I just want to jump right into headlines. I just wanted to give another blast out to thank you behind the scenes crew. You guys wouldn't be able to do this without you. Much appreciation. But yes, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I feel like, you know, need to expand my horizons, get over that hill. What do you feel like, Peter?
Like get over like to see the dunes on the other side.
Yeah,
Is that
to
it?
see the
Yeah,
dune.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, well,
exactly.
Gale Force 9 has announced a new expansion for Dune, a game of conquest, diplomacy, and betrayal. This headline is brought to us by Will Niebling at ICV2. First of all, since there are at least 2 board games on the market, let's be clear that this is an expansion to the Gale Force 9 version, which is effectively the original Dune game published by Avalon Hill back in 1978. My personal favorite, by the way. I love this game. It is not an expansion for Dune Imperium, which is also an excellent game. Okay, so this is the Ikaz and Moritani expansion, and it brings the total number of playable factions in this game to 12 by introducing 2 all-new factions that open up new strategic options. The House Ikaz is designed to benefit from rapidly forming alliances and dispatching their diplomats to strongholds of other houses. House Moritani, on the other hand, benefits from a slower, more methodical approach by playing a long game and spreading terror among the other houses. Oh, wow. Okay. The expansion also seeks to entice players into exploring the areas of the Arrakis map that are less utilized in the game with the introduction of discovery tokens and new spice cards. A new homeworlds variant forces players to be more cautious when deploying their forces to the desert planet by encouraging attacks on other players' homeworlds and strongholds, representing the War of Assassins described in Dune House Atreides and Dune House Harkonnen. Harkonnen? Harkonnen. Yeah, let's do that one. The expansion also introduces Nexus cards that provide new ways for solo wins as opposed to alliance victories. This expansion includes 2 complete faction sets, each with a player shield, a sheet, and markers, and leader discs, and forces, and 2 alliance cards, along with some ambassador tokens and terror tokens for the new factions. MSRP is at $25. So, even though I am a host at TableTakes, the world-leading tabletop gaming news show on Twitch, I had no idea there were expansions for one of my favorite games. So, if you're in the same boat, the expansions we missed were the Ixians and Talaxu expansion and the Combe and Rachis expansions. So I have corrected that error, that oversight, and those expansions are on the way. And after this next one comes out, I think it's time to organize a 12-player game of Dune. I mean, it doesn't let you you're supposed to replace the 6, but I think we can figure it out. I think 12 players playing Dune. I mean, granted, the board is only about this big, but I think we could do it.
I bet you could get a projected copy and then blow it up on the table so you could play on a bigger surface. There you go.
Enlarge, scan and enlarge, scan, reprint and enlarge. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Good idea, Bonsai. That's why you're the host.
There you go. Yeah. Well, what about your thoughts and feelings? I know Javion, you're a big fan of Dune. Noir, what is your feeling about the spice?
All that matters is the spice. No, I love seeing Dune getting more and more popular. I think Star Wars and Star Trek need to be bullied a little bit. So I'm hoping that this alongside more of the movies, more games. I hope more people start to take the Dune. It's a weird series, but it's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dune in general. I like seeing all the different factions and stuff being implemented in game format. I'm more of a fan of Dune Imperium, I'd say. This specific style of gameplay, it's long form, it's got a lot of rules and it's a lot of war. So that's the kind of thing that I like typically struggle a lot with. I've seen a lot of people playing this game talk about how fun it is to like negotiate with each other and things like that. So I can only imagine that they're very excited to see this expansion come out.
Yeah, and it looks like chat is theorizing that there will be a Dice Dune game coming up that's all just dice and spice. Dice and
Awesome.
Dice and
spice.
That's the
Spice.
name right there.
There you go.
Dice and
Yeah.
Spice. I'd play it.
Yeah, it sounds really, really cool. And thank you for bringing this up to our attention, Peter. You know what? I do wonder what spice and other fantasy things taste like. It's like, you think it'd be like cinnamon or something, or even like, I don't know, like mythical creatures. What about you, Javion? What creature would you like to know what it tastes like?
I've always wanted to know what an owl bear tastes like. Uh,
Oh.
You monster.
well, they are technically monsters, so you're not wrong. You are what you eat, right? So, folks, what we're talking about for this headline is Wilderfeast. This is a crowdfunding campaign that's been out for just a little while now and comes to us from Horrible Guild, who've made a lot of other cool games like Railroad Inc., if you've heard of it. So, Wilderfeast is a tabletop RPG. And in it, you are still going to be in sort of that fantasy style of, sword and mystery and magic. However, this is more post apocalyptic than maybe anything you've seen. Um, it's sort of like the world healed itself after it killed everybody off, and now there's like remnants of the precursors of civilization, everything like that, in one Pangea called the One Land. And you will be playing as monster hunters, these mutated rangers called the Wilders or Wilders. And you have all of these special monster like traits that help you hunt down the monsters that have been corrupted by the frenzy, which is sort of this plague that's been going around with all the different creatures. And what's cool is they designed it in such a way that you can't feel too bad for the monsters that are getting killed because they are uncurable. Once they have the frenzy, not only are they a danger to the ecosystem and destroying it, but they are also a danger to themselves. But the good news is, after you take them down, you get to make all of these cool different meals that help give you bonuses and bump up your levels and your stats. So it's very similar to games like Monster Hunter. However, it's not a ripoff of Monster Hunter. It's similar to games you might have played like Kingdom Death Monster or even Delicious Dungeon. So I was super excited to see that this was coming out. I definitely put myself in the newsletter, and I'm super happy now that the crowdfunding is fully funded and still going with their stretch goals. One cool thing about the way Horrible Guild does their stretch goals is they don't just tell you what they'll give you if you give them enough money. They let you vote on what you want to see off of different options that they have available. If you've backed the Kickstarter, you can comment below each update to say what you want to see stretch goals. So right now, if you back and you want to vote on the current stretch goal, they have two different types of monsters you can vote on to add in. There's this sort of pufferfish, blowfish monster with a smooth belly that lets them zip around the marshlands like a deflated balloon. And there is a giant horned creature that can literally flash their glowing horns at you and disorient. So there's all these different cool things that you can vote on and you can play with. The whole idea of all of this, all the fighting and monster hunting and all of that, all of it is with the idea of trying to learn more about the ecosystem, trying to help it heal, trying to rehabilitate monsters, not just trying to kill them. So it's got a very environmentally friendly uh, motivation behind all of it. It's something anybody could get on board with. And if that wasn't enough, just check out the link in chat or some of those pictures that we're showing where you can see some of the beautiful art of all of the different monsters and creatures, all of the real world recipes that you can try out for yourself. What's not to love?
Oh no, this really sounds exciting. I don't know about Noir and Peter if you're a fan of these like fantasy go around eat everything things. But I've this harks to like Delicious Dungeon anime series that I really like, and also Toriko. It's like Dragon Ball Z, but like you eat everything.
I do like eating, that's for sure. And I was thinking it might taste like bison.
bison,
Okay.
you think, with a gamey, like not a
Yeah.
duck,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
like a
I think
duck.
gamey. I think more gamey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think duck is a little bit closer, bonsai, just because like the fowl, aspect
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
No, Ari, do you want to make guesses, or we're just all monsters
I,
in
for
your
one,
eyes?
would never eat an owlbear. Owlbears are friends.
They're
Oh.
abominations created by a mad wizard who was out of his mind and
That
let them loose in the
Yeah.
forest.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because, unless we have the technology, it won't work. But you know what does work? I feel like when things become animated and feeling it in your art space and just making your little inner child come out. What do you think, Noir?
I think that is a wonderful segue to my headline, which is Disney Lorcana's first animator drawn cards are spectacular. This is coming to us from Charlie Hall over on Polygon. Disney Lorcana's second set was announced Tuesday, and it expands the hot new trading card game with more than 200 additional cards. When it launches at mass market in December, it will be joined by the game's first truly collectible retail release, Disney Lorcana Disney 100 Edition. And while this tiny box set only features 6 alternate art cards, they come courtesy of a murderer's row of artistic talent from Walt Disney Animation Studios itself. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the names and where you may have seen their work from. First, we have Mark Hinn, whose career with Walt Disney Animation began in 1980, and you'll recognize his work from The Fox and The Hound. Next, we have Brittany Lee, a visual development artist whose credits include Wreck-It Ralph, Zootopia, Moana, and Raya and the Last Dragon. Up next, we have Eric Goldberg, who you'll recognize from Aladdin. Alex Kumberschmidt, who is a Ukrainian animator who supervised the animation of Stitch and Lilo and Stitch. And of course, there's Bill Schwab, longtime art director, whose works include Frozen 2, Moana, and Wreck-It Ralph. So if you're a Disney fan, if you're an animation fan, or if you're a card game enthusiast, which I know that there are a lot of, we saw you at Gen Con. This is going to be one that you're going to want to make sure that you get in on. And all of the art on these cards are beautiful, and it has the artist's autograph on them. I don't know the mechanics of Lorcana enough to know if these are must-have in terms of gameplay, but in terms of art, collection, and its history in the game Lorcana, you're going to want them.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's really glad to see Disney, pointing, pointing, their artists out. They're the animators and doing something in their honor and promoting their names and all that stuff like that. So that's really good.
No, it is really excellent. I feel like this is only a sign that maybe later on they're going to be. Well, now it's just like a little theory hat, not a conspiracy yet, but it might be a taste of them releasing artist cards and particular decks that feature animators, creators, especially of certain art styles, and stuff like that, like exclusive decks made by this artist. I would not be surprised if they would do that.
Yeah, and I can confirm, just taking a look at these 6 cards, they are beautiful, and the art styles for some of them are very different than the others. Like the Elsa card is incredibly stylized and just really cool. So yeah, I should also mention it's coming out in December for $49.99. I think that's a pretty solid price for a collector's item like this.
Yep. No, that is very cool. Thank you, Noir, for bringing that to our attention. Now, for us, I don't know. This is probably a little bit old news by now, but during Gen Con, there was a thing that just happened, a very big mystery, a heist, would you say? Well, let me go ahead and tell you. The Indie police catch the masterminds behind the great magic card heist. So if you guys are, thank you for Harvey Randall at PC Gamers for this article. So if you didn't know, on August 29th, Indiana police announced that they had basically during, right before Gen Con started, while people were setting up, these 2 people took advantage of a breach in their, basically in the magic security, and took a pallet worth of $300,000 worth of Magic cards stolen. So let me go ahead and rewind. Like on August 27th, Indianapolis police announced that they had recovered like basically the $300,000 Magic cards that were stolen during this, like basically during the event. In addition to not disguising their identities because they didn't, you know, there was many opportunities they could have maybe done this heist a little bit better. They rolled threes, but they rolled a natural 20 when it was the getaway, is how this all came out. Is my theory on how this did. So
Strange that they put that in the police report.
I know. Yeah, so and trying to change their names to Scott Fisher after pulling their great heist and wearing the shirt. So the robbers who are now charged with a felony were wearing their own merch for the own game they created while stealing all of this pallets worth of Magic cards, very on camera, without any face masks, and just blatantly going out like, I don't know, attack. Like, it was a moment of opportunity that these two masterminds who are now felons took. The saddest detail of the whole thing is that even though they paid for a booth that they didn't go to and can't plane trip its hotel rooms, out of the 300,000, they ended up only selling the pallet of proffered goods for four grand. They made $4,000 from that because they saw all. My theory is that they saw all the headlines and people talking about it and looking for them, that they just wanted to get rid of it as fast as possible. Which is great because that $4,000 will really come in handy with the 6 years of jail that they're going to be coming up with, and over $10,000 worth of legal fees that they're going to be prosecuted with. So what's your what are your opinions about this, Peter, Javion, and
Well, I wouldn't call that sad news. I mean, the fact that the crime didn't pay as profitably as you might think, I think that's great news. Was there any word about whether they recovered the cards? I mean, I assume not. The cards got sold evidently for $4,000, and
they wore. So the Indiana police were able to get all the cards back. The person who bought the cards is not going to be charged because they, quote unquote, did not know that their goods that were they were stolen.
Stolen goods.
So they will not be prosecuting the person.
But they're probably out $4,000. I mean,
yes, they are out $4,000.
So that person is the person that got screwed in this whole deal. I mean, the criminals, who cares? The Watson gets their money back, or whoever owned the inventory, but that person spent out $4,000 is like. By the way, I'm embarrassed by this story because, you know, how many times have you heard about, you know, idiot thieves and think, well, if gamers were doing that, it would, you know, because gamers are so smart.
Like, honestly, I was thinking this is somebody who had a session the night before. They were like, oh, we had a masterful plan, we could do anything. and then they took their D&D thinking IRL. You gotta understand, sometimes the GM is just being nice to y'all.
I'm glad they got caught. I'm glad somebody actually got them on camera. I'm even more glad that they released enough for us to be able to like see all of the mistakes that they made along the way, because a lot of times like stuff is like hidden from the public or whatever. But I think a lot of people were talking about this at Gen Con, and now we can like look back at it and just be like, wow, I can't believe they let this happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for like just come next year Gen Con, somebody releasing like a quick 1-page thing of here's your encounter of the match, the Gen Con heist as a little packet of what you could play. I think that would be very entertaining.
I mean, wearing their own merch though. Like, that's the thing
So
that
funny.
kills me.
But yes, no, it was swift. People were able to get there. That also just, you know, thank you to the Indiana police for getting that done and really quickly, because usually cases like this take a long time to do that. But at least with this, I feel like it's the magic of friendship that really made it so they caught the police or they caught the villains in time. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, the magic of friendships, or the magic of horses, or the magic and horses, or little horses like little ponies. Yes, that's right. Extra Life is reunited with My Little Pony and Magic the Gathering. This article is brought to us by Will Niebling of ICV2. So Wizards of the Coast is offering ponies the Galloping 2 Extra Life 2023, a card set for Magic the Gathering that will support the Extra Life charity organization through the Secret Lair. The crossover set will be available direct to consumers until November 6th. Ponies Galloping 2 will include 4 cards featuring My Little Pony characters like Applejacks and Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, each with new unique abilities and illustrations by Rudy Siswanto, John Thacker, and Anna Steinbauer. It will be available both as a full foil set for $49.99 and a non-foil set for $39.99. Half of each purchase will go to the Extra Life charity to aid the Seattle Children's Hospital Autism Center. So, by the way, the article also shows pictures of 2 of these cards along with stats. So let me share what one of them would do. Let me tell you what one of them does. Okay, just for fun. Rainbow Dash is a legendary creature, Pegasus. It has flying and haste, and whenever a creature you control with flying and or haste attacks, you get 20% cooler, and you start off at 0% cool. But wait, I'm confused. If you are 0% cool, which by the way is not true in this case, but let's roll with it. If you're 0% cool and you get 20% cooler, 20% of 0, you haven't gotten cooler. Are they playtesting these cards? I don't know. Anyway, to finish the cards, it has the ability Sonic Rainboom. That is, you tap it, and if you're at least 100% cool, you gain 1 mana of each color, draw a card, and reset your coolness. There you go.
So apparently this is something that's happened before. Like back in 2019, apparently. They also did a crossover for My Little Pony to support Extra Life. So that's cool. But last time they had playmats. This time it's just cards. Okay, that's fine. I like the cards. I think they're definitely a step up in quality, and
they're pretty.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Go.
Oh, no.
If you bring these cards to my table and you beat me with a Rainbow Dash, we're never talking again. That is the end of our friendship as we know it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
So what Noir is saying is that you have to go in and challenge with a horse deck, like just all the horse decks, like all horse cards and the My Little Pony, to really, I feel like this would be a great time, Javion, to just challenge up and challenge.
Sure. Yeah. You guys know how much I love challengers, right? Well, there's a sequel. You may have heard me already talk about it once in a previous episode, but we have a lot of new details, and I can't wait to share them with you. So, first up, no longer will Z-Man Games have sole ownership over the Challengers! franchise. Challengers is moved over to Pretzel Games. Now, I don't know much about their studio or other games that they've made, but hopefully this is a good thing. Hopefully all is well behind the scenes. But One More Time Games is still helping bring this to life. So they're still in charge with all the design products. Now, there's a new title. It's no longer Challengers 2. So it's not a sequel as much as it is an expansion sequel, meaning you can add all of the new cards to the first version, which is just Challengers. This one has a new title, Challengers Beach Cup. And if you see from the cover art, you'll notice that there is a lot of beach-themed, underwater-themed creatures and animals and different like surfers and things like that to add in. So hopefully those are some of the new 100 plus cards that are being added in to the franchise for you to collect together with your other sets. Speaking of sets, there are 7 new sets that you can add into your game and mix and match as well. So have even crazier combos and balancing issues. Now, there's already only 7 sets in the first game, so now there's 14 altogether. And like I said, this game can be played standalone as well as combined with just regular challengers as well. So super exciting. Now, for veterans of challengers like myself, there is the Master Trainers expansion that comes inside the box. So it's the first expansion that I've seen that actually comes in a full game. So that's new. I love that. I love that they're not making you pay extra for the Master Trainers. What it's supposed to do is give an extra level of difficulty and challenge for people who are playing the game. And I do believe, I hope this is still the case, you can play not with 8 players, which is the limit of the first game, but 16 now that they have even more parks and flags to be captured. So it looks like the release date is very soon, October 6th, actually. They just announced that in just a couple of weeks, you can get your hands on a copy of this sequel expansion from your local board game retailer. I'm super excited. Last week on TableTakes Plays, Noir and I had a chance to play Challengers, which you can play for yourself if you want to, on Board Game Arena. We had a great time. Noir loves the game now, isn't that right?
Yeah, I do love the game. We don't need to talk about the results of it though.
To be fair, I maybe have a little bit of an advantage because I've been playing it for months and months and months nonstop. But I will say, to your
that's
credit,
where it is.
you played exceptionally well. You had me on my back foot. And how did you keep getting so lucky with all these duplicates? I don't understand.
For all the good it did me.
You got like all the rares all at once. It's insane. So you guys should definitely check out Challengers for yourself and look forward to seeing Challengers Beach Cup on shelves in just 2 weeks on October 6th.
Yeah, and just from the passionate interaction between you two, they should also check out our VODs on YouTube and on Twitch. Between you two playing challengers, just a quick heads up if you want to see how that's played.
You should
know,
watch the first game and then maybe like tune out after that. No, I'm kidding.
no, I feel like this is it's a good way to like get on your horse, maybe a high horse that with wings. Noir. What kind of horse has wings? Do you wanna tell me?
No, I'm just enjoying you giving me this segue. So Pegasus Publishing gets licenses from Paizo and Steven Jackson. Or Steve Jackson. I don't know why I did the whole name. This isn't roll call. Pegasus Publishing has acquired licenses from Paizo Inc. And this story is coming to us thanks to Milton Grip of ICV2. So we're getting Paizo merch based on Paizo properties, Pathfinder and Starfinder. And from Steve Jackson Games, we're getting Munchkin for Pathfinder as well. The licenses with both companies are for t-shirts, which will be produced in sizes small through 5XL. Respect. Thank you for thinking about the big boys. The term of the Paizo license was announced as multi-year. No term was given for the Steve Jackson agreement. Pegasus Publishing sells merch at 40 to 50 conventions a year and also sells to retailers. So I know that I am extraordinarily excited to get my hands on some Paizo merch. Hopefully get some cool t-shirts. Love me some Pathfinder. But look forward to seeing a lot more Pathfinder and Munchkin merch at your conventions. And I know if anybody's excited about more Munchkin, it's my friend Jamie.
Oh yeah. Woo. So you said Pathfinder and Starfinder too. Okay, great. Excellent.
Yes.
We've got a nice well-rounded cast. Two really great TTRPGs and a board game.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No.
No, it's I'm really excited. What are kind of the merches like, right? Like one merch that you would like to see from this? I'm a real big fan of playmats. What about you, Peter, Javion?
Yeah, neoprene.
Yeah.
It's the best, especially when we have to clean it. When you have to clean it and you throw it in the wash, and then you're like, okay, well, I could air dry it, so I could just hang it on my shower curtain rod, or I could throw it in the dryer, and then oh no, now it's got wrinkles. Now it's shrunk. Oh, great. From now on, all of my neoprene playmats, I'm just gonna have to hand wash them and just hang them out my window like it's medieval times. Like we're back in the dark ages. Great, awesome.
All right. Well, I was just gonna say you could have said hat or something. I was just asking what your theories are, but that's okay. I feel your passion and I understand.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We awoken something real,
Sorry.
Javion just now.
Yeah, I know. I think that we could go into this next week, but for now, I feel a bundle mood. Like I feel like I need a boss to tell me what's up in the bundle boss right now.
So, you need yourself a bundle boss. Well, I say you need yourself a bundle king. And luckily, we've got an awesome bundle for me to present to all of you today. We've got the Mistborn adventure game. Adventures! This all new Mistborn adventure game bundle presents the tabletop game from Crafty Games based on the best-selling Mistborn fantasy novels by Brandon Sanderson. Explore the world of Scadrial under the final empire and beyond. For just $17.95, you get all 5 titles in our Mistborn collection. Retail value of $69. Nice. As DRM free ebooks, including the complete 585-page Mistborn Adventure Game Digital Edition core rulebook, plus the free preview primer and sheets pack. The campaign supplements Alloy of Law and Mask of the Past and the source books Terrace, Rot of Copper, and Ska, Tin, and Ash. For those unfamiliar with the world of Mistborn, there is a magic called allomancy in which people are able to burn, essentially consume different metals for different magical effects. It's been a theme in a lot of Brandon Sanderson's work. So much so that a while ago they kickstarted Allomancer dice set, which I have right here. That's right. I've got all of the different metals used in the novels. So if I were to consume one, in real life I would die, but in the Mistborn world, I'd still probably die. But if I'm one of the rare people that can do allomancy, something cool would happen, or I'd die. But that's the bundle. So check it out. Seriously, the world of Mistborn is filled with fantastic stories, a really cool magic system, and it's always going towards a good cause. So $17 for $69 worth of gaming gear. You're not gonna get a better deal than that. So jump on it.
Yeah.
As your king commands, that is all.
Thank you so much, Noir, for telling us about that. I feel that was great. And also, thank you for the warning that please do not just eat random metal dice. That will not give you power.
You're not my president.
You know what? That's a very judgmental thing. And I feel like I have that judging spirit in me. So I want to go dun into the crowdfunder court right now.
Welcome to Crowdfunder Court. Here come the judges. Prepare to be judged. All right, court is now in session.
I was a king before, but now I am just a humble peasant presenting something to the court that I hope that they'll be pleased by. The Magnus Archive role-playing game by Monty Cook Games. Chances are you have seen this around. It is being pushed heavily and for good reason. It's based on a very popular podcast. You probably heard some of the sounds if you've been on TikTok. The tabletop role playing game, like I said, based on the hit horror podcast, The Magnus Archive. In the Magnus Archive role playing game, you're going to play a member of the investigative team researching reports of supernatural activities. For 200 years, the Magnus Institute has quietly collected statements from people of all walks of life detailing their personal experience with the supernatural, and you're part of that organization or one very much like it. If you like your TTRPG filled with spooky, this is the one that you're going to be one to look for. There's only 2 hours left in it, so jump on that right away. But their original goal of $100,000 has been thoroughly and utterly crushed, as they are now at $1,974,506. One almost $2 million. Like, just check it out. It's really cool. The artwork is fantastic, and again, it's a Monty Cook game. You're not gonna go wrong with it.
Thank you so much for that, Noir. I feel like that left me feeling a little hungry, Peter.
Hungry?
Do you have something that you could serve to us?
If it please the court, yes. This crowdfunder is on Kickstarter and has raised 171,000 versus 10,000 and 17 days to go. It is called Fromage, and I will start by quoting from the very beautifully shot introduction video. Let me give you a taste of Fromage, a game where you are French cheesemaker, crafting creams into delicious dairy delights. So let us embark on this extraordinary journey of flavors, passion, and artistry. Meanwhile, in the video, there's a guy building the game board in this idyllic French setting, and the game board is round, like a chunk of cheese. Okay. Each town make cheese for a different venue, each with a unique cheese-making challenge. With each turn of the board, your cheeses age. When fully ripened, your worker is ready for another task. The finest cheeses requires more time and patience, but are well worth the wait. Skillfully manage your creamery. That's just generally good advice, by the way. Construct remarkable structures to elevate your cheese-making skills. Tend to your herd and produce the highest quality milk. Harvest your berry patch to create jams or infuse the cheeses with irresistible flavors. Craft everything from creamy brie to sharp roquefort. Fromage is a celebration of flavor, tradition, and the pursuit of excellence. Create something truly special and join us on this journey to the heart of French cheesemaking. Or, put another way, Fromage is a simultaneous worker placement board game featuring a rotating board that ages your cheese. Carefully plan which cheeses to make it efficiently to manage the availability of your workers. Since it's always your turn, Fromage condenses the feeling of a 2-hour Euro game into about 40 minutes. There you go.
Ooh, very, very nice. Thank you so much for fromage. I feel like I gotta say it with a little.
Oui,
You know
madame.
who would be interested in these? I feel like there would be creatures like maybe a badger or a coyote would be interested in eating this cheese. What do you think, Javion?
Are you referring to the viral video of a badger and a coyote becoming best friends for about 10 seconds before they walk into a tunnel and disappear forever? Well, I've got good news for you, Bonsai.
Ooh.
Coming to us from BackerKit.com, funded in only 9 hours, is Badger and Coyote and their daring adventures, the cozy duet TTRPG. In Badger and Coyote, it is a GM-less, or you can have a GM if you want, 2-player TTRPG. It's got adventure hooks so that you can play with your best friend or partner or whatever you want, and you can do things like reunite bear cubs with their family, solve the mystery of poisoned birds, or outsmart the poachers who are threatening your woodland friends. In Badger and Coyote, you can prove that with teamwork and quick thinking, any challenge can be overcome. You can use the adventures as is or customize them to create your own unforgettable tales, with settings ranging from mountaintops to hidden springs and abandoned farms full of conspiracy. There's an adventure for every mood. There are many different levels that you can back at. For the thrifty amongst you, you can back for only $10 and get the print and PDF, or for $5, you can just get the digital PDF. However, if you're looking for a little bit more table space to get filled up, you can back at the garden party level, wherein you get not only the print and PDF versions of the crowdfunding campaign, but also you can grab tons of extra content like special dice, pencils, a little mushroom, and much, much more. The crowdfunding campaign from BackerKit.com has 20 days left, so grab yours before it's too late.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Javion, for giving us. And if you guys haven't, please click on the link to the Packer Kit so you can know what viral video inspired this tabletop story. Well, guess what? I am going to take the stage now, bump, bump, as we go over to another thank you to Backer Kit for The Adventures in the Hundred Acre Woods, a Winnie the Pooh one-shot for D&D. So if you're a big fan of 5th edition and you want to go ahead and put a little bit of Winnie the Pooh in your flavoring there, this is the game for you. If you guys didn't know, the copyright of Winnie the Pooh, the original, is now expired, and so let's take advantage of it. In this game, you play as the residents of the Hundred Acre Woods. Christopher Robin is sick, and his nanny has left to go get the doctor. And Christopher Robbins, if you don't know, is very, 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 very afraid of the doctor. So Owl concocts this potion, or comes up with an idea with his wisdom of this potion, but needs ingredients. And you play as from 2 to 6 players. Either Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, Rabbit, Roo, and or Eeyore. Of course, everybody wants to play Eeyore.
Of course.
To gather the ingredients and, of course, reverse against Hufflepuffs and all the lurking nightmare creatures that you could bump into in the Hundred Acre Woods. This, of course, is a cute, lighthearted adventure for you that I could very easily see playing with younger kids, and just like those who want a cozy playthrough. As you can see from the artwork on the side, it's very, very nice. It's featuring 3 different combat encounters, custom arts, and custom encounter maps in this bundle, which is really, really great. And next year I'm not going to be surprised if we see a lot of Steamboat Willie when that trademark goes down for that. But I present to you this, and I hope you guys check it out as well. But yes, so that was all of our Kickstarters, folks. Our Kickstarters, Backer Kits, all kind of crowdfunders. Would you say? I feel like those were quality ones, and also I hope you and the audience appreciated now that we have graphics to go with it. Yay! New season hype. For all that jazz. I feel like for this I want everyone to at least say one other thing about another Kickstarter or crowdfunder or backer kit that you liked that the other person presented. Just one thing. You don't have to say everybody. Starting with Peter. Go ahead.
Well, you got it spot on when you said everybody's going to want to play Eeyore. That was my first reaction, and so yeah, can I please, if you run this game, can I call dibs on Eeyore?
Okay, if I run this game, you could play Eeyore. Oh, Javion, what about you? Whose whose crowdfunder did you really like?
Peter, wow, where did you come up with that just perfect accent? I mean, how long have you lived in Paris, France?
I hired a coach. I hired an accent coach. I did it. Yeah.
It really took me
Yeah.
back to
She made me promise not to
the
mention
Eiffel
her
Tower,
name.
baguette in hand, like the whole spiel. Thank you.
All right, and Noir. Well, whose other Kickstarter other
Oh
than yours?
man, Jamie, I took my answer because I was gonna be like, oh, I didn't know Daniel Day-Lewis was up in this piece. No,
You can also say the same one. That's okay.
You could say the same one. That would just know who we're voting now. No, just
no, I am. Well, of course, I'm gonna levy that compliment, but I am going to say the Adventure in 100 Acre Woods. I want something good to come out of Winnie the Pooh being back in public domain, because that Winnie the Pooh horror movie was not it. It was not it. So I'm hoping that this makes up for that.
well, there is also a more OSR system of Winnie the Pooh that you might not want to touch. Then that's also a publication.
Oh no!
Don't worry. There's other links you could look in the notes. I think for me, who I really want to go ahead and give out some love. I would say Noir. I really did like the supernatural and how you spun it, even though I know that it's been blasted all over the social medias. If you guys are aware
It's
of,
a spooky time.
It's a spooky time. I really like spook. I mean, I like spooky and I like the theory and story crafting of spooky, but I don't like experiencing the spooky, you know? If
Well,
that
that's
makes any
half the
sense.
fun, right there, being in the spooky.
In the spooky. And then also also a nice palate cleanser would be Javion's, because we need more positive interactions between animals and positive things in the world. And I just like that somebody saw this interaction on this wildcat footage and was like, I will make a story. I will make it so everyone can play this story, and came up with a whole gaming system.
Well, and I can't wait to run Coyote and Badger with you, Bonsai, so that you and I can team up together and beat the ever-living life out of a bobcat that deserves it.
Bobcat definitely does deserve it. Okay, we're buddies. We're the best of friends. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I just thought of that music.
I just want to add, I'm just so happy for Money Cook. I mean, $1 million Kickstarter, another one, and he does such fine work, and they do such great games. Way to go!
They seriously do. And they had quite the presence at Gen Con with their I believe it was the die game that they kickstarted just before this. So yeah, very happy to see Monty Cook just still doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, thank you for bringing all of these crowdfunders to us. And you know what, Peter, since you've been on so many streams this week, Gen Con, I think you should close it out. Go ahead, take the lead, friend.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's about it for us at TableTakes. But stick around because we have a lot more shows. Today, after this show at 3:30 p.m., TableTakes Plays, which will be Fifth Evolution Carbide City with our own Javion Smith as the GM. Then at 5 o'clock today, join us for some joyful gaming around Sarah's table. Today, Sarah Moore and friends will play Women Are Werewolves. Ooh. Monday, I will be back with Peter versus the Machine. I'll be playing my game of Civ 6 as Canada, as the diplomat instead of the warmonger this time. Yes, we will be very peaceful and win. Haha, who knows? 4 p.m. on Monday will be Board Games with Brothers Murph. At 6 p.m., Dress to Quest. On Tuesday, 7 p.m., Indie by Night. On Wednesday, 4 p.m., Path of the Brush. 6 p.m., Actoroki, Mike Boozer. Yes, that Mike Boozer from Gen Con, GMing The Nearly Departed. Thursday, 10 a.m. is Blood on the Clock Tower. And Thursday, 4 p.m., Roll with Rem Alternus. And then we're back to Friday, which is what today is. So it's the whole cycle, right? Yep. And so it's back to us. TableTakes again, 2 p.m. Friday next week. Thank you to Steve Connard and Tanel Levitt for making us look so good. Thank you to viewers, people that come and watch our streams, to hang out with us and chat. And thank you to my fellow hosts for being with me today and having so much fun getting back together. It's so great. All right. Well, follow Gen Con TV for more of the best 4 days in gaming all year round.